Hey guys, last month was a profitable trading month for me, but during the same month, I took 5 losing trades in a row. So, this is exactly what I will be discussing in this entire video. This will be very helpful for you. You can completely avoid doing this, and I will explain why I took 5 losing trades in a row, right? So, I shared these trades in this Telegram channel. If you haven't joined this yet, the link is in the description. So, these are the trades I shared before I take these entries. So when you think about this, minus 2.5 percentage drawdown is not that big. It's not even a medium amount of drawdown, right? But we have to learn the technical reasons behind why we lose multiple trades consecutively and how you can avoid that, which proper risk management method you can use to stop losing money when you lose like 5 trades in a row, 6 trades in a row, right? So I recovered these losses and I also shared a winning trade after this, which is right here. But in this video, I won't be discussing about the profitable trades. We will only look at these 5 losing trades and why this happens. All right, so let's get to the topic. So the fundamental thing you should know in the market is how to map proper market structure. If you don't know that, watch some of my other videos. So this is the typical market structure mapping method that happens every time in the market. There are only 3 major types of structures. This is all we use for daily trading, also for swing trading. So the market gives us a BOS. This is called a primary BOS here and here. Usually our trading happens between these 2 breakout structures, right? Or we can say between these 2 swing highs and swing lows. This is where we usually trade. So you need to know how to mark all these market structures. This is not multi-time frame. This is just using single time frame. I already made a video on this one. So when the market breaks a small leg right here, the minor trend starts, the minor BOS. So it starts the minor trend and the minor trend continues for some time. And again, the minor trend changes to uptrend, which is the current trend of the primary structure. And then the market gives us a valid primary BOS, right? So whatever is happening between the minor structure like this, all these BOS right here, that's called fractal BOS. We will be trading those structures as well. All right. So this is the 4th type of market structure called the fractal-fractal structure. So when you get this structure in the market, you should completely avoid taking any entries here. This has very low win rate, very less high RR entries. So if you're a beginner, completely skip this. So to make things clear, we know 3 types of structure: the primary structure, the minor structure, and the fractal structure, right? So this fractal-fractal structure happens within the fractal structure. So when we look at this example, we get a BOS. This is a primary BOS, which we saw in the above diagram. This is a primary BOS, and the market gave us a minor BOS right here, which means this entire structure is a minor structure, right? Okay. So after the minor BOS, we get a fractal BOS, which is this one right here. This is the fractal BOS we get right here. So the trend of the market is now uptrend. So we will be expecting to take sell entries here. We will mark our order blocks. We will have our 50% fib right here, and we will be expecting the market to mitigate this order block, and then the minor trend will again continue right here, right? So that's how the market works. But the fractal-fractal structure happens after this fractal BOS. So after getting this, when you get a BOS to the downside, before the market mitigates any valid order block in this minor structure, that means that this is a ranging market. So in other words, you can also call this ranging market, but this is a fractal-fractal structure. This has no significance. The market can easily break this high because this is a very tiny structure, right? So already the fractal structure is very tiny when compared to these 2. You should understand this has no significance, very less amount of liquidity. The market can just break this high. Once again, it can come and break this low. And this is where you get all those liquidity patterns, the head and shoulders, the trend lines, the double bottom, double top. This is where usually the market accumulates, right? So I will give you a market example using the trades that I took last month. Okay. This is the date where I took my fractal entries last month. I'll use the replay bars. And I'll delete all these structure mappings and I will draw all these things from the scratch. So pay close attention. Okay, so now we are clean. We can start from the scratch. So the first thing we should always look for is the primary structure. This is this primary structure, this big pullback and the big BOS right here. This is the primary structure, and we can start from here. So we got a pullback right here, but this is a very small pullback. We also got a BOS after the pullback, so this cannot be considered as a primary structure because the pullback is too small. You should consider this as a minor structure. So this is a minor BOS. So now the market goes up. Now the market gives us a very strong and deep pullback right here. It's about 150 pips. So 150 pip amount of pullback for Euro USD can be considered as a minor structure. So we mark this with minor BOS, right? Okay. So now we have set our boundaries. This is the swing low, this is the swing high, and now the market continues, right? All right. So now the market goes up here, and then the market starts to pull back in this uptrend primary structure. So when the market broke this low, so if you see closely, this low happened after the market broke this high. So this low can be considered as a minor BOS. Oh, it's too big. Okay. Okay, so this is a minor BOS. So now the minor trend has started in the market. So now we can mark our order blocks and all those things, but we are not discussing order blocks in this video, right? We are only looking at the fractal structures. Okay, so now the minor trend has started. And once again, the minor trend has given us a pullback and it gave us a BOS. So we can take this as a minor BOS once again. All right. Okay, so now let's not forget that the entire primary structure is in uptrend. Only the minor structure is in downtrend. So we should be looking forward to take buy entries. So the market gave us a BOS right here. This can be taken as an inducement. This can be taken as change of character. It's completely up to you. I take this as a minor BOS. Okay. So this is a minor BOS. Now the market continues to the upside. So from the downside, the market has switched to the upside, right? Okay. So now the minor trend is going upside. We got a minor BOS right here. And if you see here, the market has switched this trend. So the minor BOS downside. So the minor trend is now downside, right? So the market is pretty much ranging. Now we can already get the point. We got downtrend, and the market changed uptrend. The market is uptrend. Once again, it switched downtrend. All right. So now this is the crucial part. The market, so first mark the swing low of this primary structure. So this is the swing low of this primary structure. When the market breaks this swing low, that means that swing structure has been broken. Okay. Okay. So now we are in this between this swing low and between this swing high, which is right here. Okay. Now, our minor structure is in downtrend. So now we do all those things. We mark our order blocks, which is right here. We mark our order blocks here. We mark our order blocks here. We can do all those things, but we should identify the fractal BOS, which is right here. This is the fractal BOS. Give me a second. I'll draw this. Okay. So this is the starting point of our fractal structure. So now our minor structure is in downtrend. Our fractal structure gave a BOS, and now it's also in downtrend. You can take entries here, all those things, but this is a dead zone. This is a no session zone, so no entries here. So like we discussed, the fractal is in downtrend, and this is the fractal structure. So let me make this a bit clear. All right. So this is the fractal BOS. So when this begins to form in the market, you can already be sure that the market is in a ranging session. So we got a minor BOS, the market went up, we got a fractal BOS, and within the minor and this fractal, we got a fractal BOS right here. No entries, no entry setups. You should not look for anything. No entries here, no entries here. You should not do anything. So now what happens? The market pulls back, mitigates order blocks in the fractal structure, and it gives a BOS, right? So now we are in fractal BOS. So we are in fractal structure. So what happens right now? The market takes this low, takes this high after taking this low, which means this again starts a fractal structure, which means you should not take any entries here. You should not take any entries from these order blocks. All right. So what happens right now? The market goes up and the market breaks this high, which means the fractal trend once again from downtrend has switched to uptrend. Okay, so this is how the market is ranging. The market is completely ranging right now. So my entry last month, I took an entry in this order block after this fractal BOS to the downside. This is where I took my entry. I placed my entry here. I placed my stops right here. And then look at what happened. Since this was a fractal structure, this has completely no significance at all. So the market just went up and it took my stop loss, which is completely fine. But one of the big reasons this happened, this entire order failed, was because this is a fractal structure, right? So like I said, we are still in this structure. We are still in this swing high, swing low of this fractal structure and swing high of this fractal structure. This is where we are. Anything that happens within this is a fractal structure, right? So this is how I lost 5 trades consecutively in the market, taking fractal entries. But I used proper risk management, and I'll just say it right here. The simple thing you can do when you're taking entries in a fractal structure is just reduce the percentage you risk in your entry. So instead of taking 1%, I risked only 0.5%, which is completely fine, right? So even if you lose 10 trades, you only get -5 as your drawdown. That's completely fine. So guys, this is why trading in fractal structure is very risky. Most probably you will lose multiple trades continuously. So like I said, risk less instead of 1, 0.5 or 0.25, or in the best case scenario, completely avoid taking any entries in this structure. So that's it guys. I hope this was helpful and I wish you success in your trading journey. Most importantly, I wish you peace. See you soon.